Hey, we going over the contest winners tonight. Hey, everybody. So tonight we had a contest about what I saw on those two mobile homes. Excuse me. That the two mobile homes that was in the picture. Well, guess what? Everybody was guessing, oh, tear them down, build a new house, investment. We are programmed to, when we see real estate, we automatically think investment. We automatically think new construction. But guess what? Nobody guessed what I saw when I saw those two. Those are my two newest investments. And actually, we're going to have a miniature trailer park out there because we are putting a third mobile home out there with the two that are already there. Well, guess what? When I saw that property, I immediately thought, oh, I could get my shoe game up. Every property that I own is for a different purpose. And a lot of people will tell you, oh, you need to be building generational wealth. A lot of people that go out and build generational wealth, but if they don't teach their children to appreciate generational wealth, have you ever seen somebody die and that person, they worked all their life, they bought this house, they did everything, and then their child gets the property and they sell it for little or nothing, or they lose it for taxes, or they lose it because they don't pay the mortgage on it. Because guess what? They didn't appreciate the generational wealth. So, and we are so programmed that people are saying, oh, don't buy luxury items, don't go and buy a Gucci belt, don't go. Well, those companies, if nobody was buying this stuff, then those companies would be out of business. So don't be fooled by people telling you, oh, don't go and get a nice car. Don't go. God wants, hey, I'm a countess. God wants us to be the head and not the tail. He wants us to live in prosperity and not just frugal McDougal at the bottom of the barrel. He wants us to be prosperous. He wants us to be great. He wants us to have the finer things in life. So don't always program yourself to water down your situation. And I see that happening so much to so many people. And if they didn't want you to have a Escalade, if they didn't want you to have a BMW, why are those companies in business? Somebody has to enjoy the luxuries of life. So when I saw those two, and it's one thing when you buy things that you can't afford. It's another thing that when you buy assets to pay for your liabilities. Listen again, when you buy assets to pay for your liabilities, it's a different story. So that mobile home, those mobile homes over there, that's going to be my shoe and fun clothes money. I'm not building a investment with that. I am now the nice shoes that I want or the nice clothes that I want, with the profit off of that, it's going to fund that. So I know that I was like, people probably thinking that contest is a little bit unfair, but I just wanted to bring to light to people that everything doesn't have to be about generational wealth or investing. You can have different compartments for different things. And don't be, and if you look back at Steve Jobs, the owner of, well, he was the founder of Apple, and people are always showing him in a black turtleneck and blue jeans and saying, oh, well, his outfit was so basic. Well, when him and his partner got ready to do a deal with some investors that they wanted to invest in their company, they hid their Porsches in the back of the building. So before he actually made it, guess what? He had a Porsche. So don't be fooled by what people tell you to live at the bottom. That's not what God intends for us. He wants us to be prosperous. The Bible talks about prosperity. So don't feel bad for going after the things that you want out of life. It is YOLO. You only live once. So enjoy it, make the best of it, have the things that you want, and remember to buy assets to pay for your liabilities. So if you buy assets that pay for your liabilities, then you should have no problems at all. So remember, again, buy assets to pay for your liabilities. So like I said, I got a property for like every bill. So that means that if I don't go to work, my bills are not going to get paid off of my effort. So I've got an investment for every bill that I have. I've got an investment for my house payment. So that means that I know where that house payment is going to come from every month. And the money that I make when I go to work, then I can buy more assets to get that generational wealth, as well as pay for my liabilities of the things that I want out of life. So again, don't let people discourage you from having nice things. If you are having people to discourage you from getting the things out of life that you want, you might want to consider your circle. It's okay to be friends with certain people, but you may have to distance yourself if that's what it requires, if it's going to make you water down who you are. Shine bright like a diamond no matter where you go. Don't let anybody dim your light. Don't let anybody dim your children's light, because like I said, God wants us to be prosperous, and he wants us to have the best of the best. We are his children, and how are you going to do it if you don't buy assets to pay for your liabilities? So unfortunately, we didn't have any contest winners for this contest, but I hope that you participate in our next contest and think outside the box and not look for traditional answers for our contest. So I'll have to think of something really good. And if I can't think of something really good, if you all have an idea for a contest that would be something really good that I could, to share more light, because I don't want these just to be contests where people are just sharing information. I want these contests to be meaningful and beneficial, just like all of my videos that I try to do, is that I want people to progress. I want people to be moving forward based on the things that I do on here or say on here. And if I only, reach out to one person, or my message only gets to one person, I've done more than enough. And when people talk about your dash, think about your dash. What do you want people to say? What do you want your legacy to be? And remember that, there's a lot of people that are checking out, a lot of people that, they are waiting on the rainy day. They're not living in the moment. So remember that anxiety means that you're living in the future. Depression means that you're living in the past, but you need to be present. And that's where a lot of, because we aren't present, a lot of mental illness comes into place. And it affects the quality of life that you have. So think about your circle, think about how you can buy assets to pay for your liabilities.